Hey there, welcome back to the Random Review channel. So today's review, we have this here, a Ctronics 9-inch touchscreen. So this here is a wireless home surveillance system, okay? Two camera system. You can add more cameras to it, by the way, which you can buy separately. It has the touchscreen display. It has the app support, which has the QR barcodes here. So this will be stage one, just what's in the box, what you get for your money, and sort of initial thoughts of the way it comes packaged. So it arrived today, so first things first, we'll just open it up. So this is literally straight out of the box. So it gives us all sort of information about the network support and stuff in the box here. I will not get into it, we'll get into the meat and bones of what comes in the box, okay? So inside the box then we have the two cameras, we have a instruction manual, which it's actually pretty detailed, it's pretty thick, a big sort of leaflet. We have the contents of the box, basically a bill of material with the bill of material numbers. So it's basically just a checklist for whoever's shipping this here to say that yes, it's all been included and it's a UK plug and it's white, etc. So, okay. We then have a security notice sticker. Now this may not be prevalent for the country you're in. Some countries you may have to have a proper sort of government legislation sticker to say that you're monitoring people. So just check that there beforehand in case that's the case, okay? So here we have the cameras. So first impression of the cameras is they're pretty heavy. Heavy as in, not heavy as in wow, they seem excessively heavy. Heavy as in they seem like a decent quality heavy and they don't seem plasticky. They're actually metal. So we have the LEDs in the front for the night vision. We have a sensor in the front as well, which picks that up. The camera lens, no scratches or scores. The paint works good. We have the sort of knuckle joint here, the 90-degree joint. We have the RPA connector in the back for the antenna, and we have the model number in the back, which if you're ordering new ones is handy. So it says wireless camera, 1.0 megapixel. The lens is 3.6 millimeters and it's a 5 volt 2 amp camera, okay? And then we have, this is all metal, so it attaches to the wall via this metal plate or to whatever you're connecting it to, and then you can obviously have it angled down at whatever angle you want. So first impressions of the camera are, this here doesn't move. I thought that was like a visor type of thing, but it's actually fixed solid. So we'll set these aside then. At the end of it, we have the two connectors to connect the camera in, which we'll get to in a minute. So you have the second camera. We have an Ethernet cable, which looks like a 1 meter Ethernet cable. Or 3 feet, yeah. We have soft pads for the bottom of the cameras here. We have our 3 antennas, which look like 5 dBi antennas. So we have them, which is quite nice over the standard 2 ones. We have a software disk and a mini disk type of format, which is just blank, or sorry, nothing on the top. We have small wall connectors, so plugs and raw plugs, or sorry, screws and wall plugs. That really I would probably want something a bit beefier if it were me, but they're perfectly ample for these cameras, I'd imagine. Then we have our touchscreen display, which if you look at the back of it then, it is a 2.4 gigahertz compatible. It has your QR barcode, it has your password, which I'll probably have to blur out there, and a key for it, okay? It has a stand here, which we can pull the stand out, and then it has the slot here, so that it can be slotted on in different ways. So we'll get to that in a minute, okay? And then we also have our 3 power supplies. So we have 2 for the cameras, and we have 1 for the actual monitor, okay? And then we have the monitor stand. So the monitor stand is plastic. It seems to be weighted, and then we have obviously the connector joint, which can sort of change the angle, and then you can lock off that. So this here can either be mounted on the table. There's 2 screw holes and another thing of screws, so we can actually mount this onto the wall so that you can have the monitor in the wall. So that's it in the box. So we'll just get on to the next stage and we'll start to hook this here up and see how it performs. Okay, so I'll not be going as far as to bolting these to the wall today, just because I have to decide where they're going to go. So you can see here, I've just set one pointing out of my office window, looking into the back garden. So it's connected up with this cable. into the power supply, so it's just sort of sitting there, but the antenna's on. Just be careful and make sure that you put the antenna in before you switch these on, because usually sort of transmitters like these don't take well to being switched on without the antenna on, because it can sort of cook them. It's the same with sort of RC components, so just be careful about that fact. So we'll just go up and we'll plug the other one in upstairs and see how we go. Okay, so we've plugged the two cameras in, just one at the front of the house, so just sort of balancing there, and one at the back of the house. So between my location here, there would be 1, 2, 3, 4 walls, so it's literally the other end of the house. So you're probably talking from my current location of being downstairs, out the back in an office, to the front bedroom in the house, so in a 4-bedroom house. So it's probably about 30 feet from my current position. Okay, so I'm not even sure if it'll pick it up, or maybe too far away, but we'll give it a go. So we'll put it in the connector, and the same again, just make sure, although this here is sort of, just make sure that you have the antenna plugged in, because these don't take well to being plugged in without them. Okay, so here's the little stand, so we can just set it up. If we had it in the kitchen counter or on the table in the living room, we can have it up like that. The power button on the top. Yes, and so connector wise then, we have HDMI, we have USB, we have micro USB card, we have Ethernet, and then we have the power adapter, and then we have the little slot for this here to plug into. Okay, so today we're just going to leave it flat so that you can see it, and when I plug it in here, we'll see if the cameras have long enough range to get from literally one side of my house into the garden at the back, because my office here is at the garden. So we'll just see how we go. Okay, so we have the Ctronics. Excuse the lights, this is my sort of rig here for doing the reviews, and there you are, picked it up. So this here is just out the front. As I said, this here camera isn't mounted externally, it's actually just sort of balancing in the front bedroom, my daughter's bedroom in the house. So it's quite impressive. You can see the signal strength is quite low, but it's going through about 5 or 6 walls, up a story, and to the other side of the house. Okay, the one that's behind me is probably just about 8 feet away. It's inside too, and the signal strength in it's perfect. So, oh, there you can see the touchscreen. Okay, so the date's correct, the time's wrong, we can fix that. That's no problem. However, you can see how responsive the touchscreen is. I'm hardly touching that there, and it's changed between cameras straight away. Very, very easily. So if you had more cameras in this system, it'll be picking them up now, and you could be selecting between them. So it is bespoke. You need to get the right cameras for the right system, because they're on the correct frequency. But yeah, quality wise, if you can see that there just out the front, the quality is excellent on that there. I'm very happy with the quality on that. So we go back to the other, and here we can see out the back. Okay, so that's the back garden. You can see, sorry, I was checking to see if you could maybe zoom. So from here we can change the brightness of the cameras up and down. We can also use the record function, although because there is no hard drive in this here at the minute, although you can put one in, and I will be putting one in. I'll update the review once I get it in. You can either have the SD card, or you can have the internal hard drive. So I'll do a little update about how to install the hard drive, possibly in an updated video, possibly in this one. I'll see how the time constraints go. And we hit backwards to get to the menu. I have to say I'm very impressed with, you can see the tree moving around, and we can see the sort of flowers in the garden. It takes a little second to come live. But yeah, so it's sort of struggling a little bit with the range between the walls. There is a slight lag delay, but once it's connected, then it connects fine. So overall, I have to say the quality of the screen is brilliant. The responsiveness is excellent. I think we're just on the limits of what that camera can do if I sort of tilt around. So to be quite honest, you know, you're probably not going to have this at one extreme of the house to the other. If I tilt it this way, you can see a bit more movement in the trees there on this video. So that is live, and you can see across the street. But yeah, really, really impressed. I'm impressed by the signal too. Then on the top we have the power button. We can just hit the power button and switch it off. We don't need to disconnect it off from the mains every time. Switch it back on, instantly it comes on, and we're ready to monitor. Okay, so one thing then we can do with this here is, as stated before, is it has got an Ethernet port. So you can plug this in then and run it through your router if you want, or you can plug it in HDMI to a monitor, like a 24-inch or a 32-inch TV, and run it through that to give you more sort of visibility, I suppose, if you wanted something that was a bit more visible. Yeah, so we'll just disconnect that now. Overall, really impressed. I really like it. It looks like good quality. You know, some of the stuff you get to get here, to be honest, is a bit Mickey Mouse. This here is it seems well made. It seems solid. The quality of the screens are good. The signal strength strong over such a quite a distance. Yeah, I have to say I'm really happy with this here. I probably will be adding another couple of cameras, and now my task really is just to yeah, to sort of properly fix the cameras. One thing I will say, which people have said in the reviews before, and I do agree with it, is that the actual cables that come with the cameras are quite small. You only get probably about 5 feet or 6 feet, maybe, if that, of distance. Yeah, probably about 6 feet. So if you're mounting cameras, just go on. You can actually get them through the Ctronics sales page as well. And usually when you click on these, it comes up in the frequently bought with category. You can go in and you can then buy extensions for these. So it plugs in, not this here, this is a screen, but it plugs into the other one, which is a slightly different connector. And then you can extend them to whatever distance you need. You can get them, I think, in different distances, so, or different lengths for different distances. So all in all, really like the system. Well packaged, performs well so far. And now if anything changes, you know, if any of the cameras break, or if this here device is giving me a little bit of jip, I'll definitely be updating the review to sort of let you know about that there. Yeah, but overall, really happy with it. First impressions seem really good. Quality of the cameras is good. Yeah, so it gets a thumbs up from me. So I hope you liked the review, and thanks very much for watching.